Look at that. Woo-wee. We have a double scoop of blackberry ice cream and a waffle cup. Let me tell you what, I wasn't planning on getting the waffle cup, but I'm sitting here at Mr. G's again, and I was walking by, of course planning on getting some ice cream. I wasn't planning on the waffle cup, but when I walked by, it smelled so good. So good. So good. I had to do the waffle cup and a double scoop, because I'm a piggy. Anyways, lighting's kind of harsh and shadowy, but there we go. Helps if I take my hat up. Back here at Mr. G's, back here in Gettysburg. I originally thought that I would stop here and say something profound. Nobody wants to hear that kind of stuff, do they? But truthfully, I was trying to think of anything that I could say different, possibly than the last time I was here, which was not a year ago, but it's hard to say. Could have only been 6 months ago. I've come here so many times, I've just stopped counting. Again, as I said in my Long Street video, from the Long Street Observation Tower, I was supposed to be in Delaware right now, but the forecast changed violently on me in just a matter of a few days. So 5 days out, it said the coast was supposed to be 70s for the next few days, and sunny and just beautiful and just about perfect for the beach. And I went ahead and I made my reservation for the ocean front. Yeah, and then the forecast just changed dramatically. Lucky for me, I probably already said this in the Long Street video, but I was so lucky. They were so generous, so nice. I got all of my deposit back for the first night except for $30. Mind you, the room was about $200 a night. So they were very generous in that regard. And reminds me, I've got to leave them a great review, even though I didn't stay there, since they took such good care of me. Also helped that it was off season. I'm not sure if they would have been so nice had it been June or July, but you know, who's to say. But I should have picked somewhere else. Let me move back just a little bit from the road. This place is so awesome. The ice cream is the best. Oh, now I got a school bus convoy. As I mentioned before, I always, just about always get some kind of ice cream flavored with fruit, because the fruit is extremely local. It comes from literally right down the street at from Hollenbach Farms. So it's hard to resist. It's hard to talk yourself into mint chip or something like that when the ice cream is so local and fresh made, and the fruit comes from right down the street. I mean, how can you get any better than that? You just can't. Mr. G's has the best ice cream. I've said it before and I'll say it again. But I was just thinking about my exploits in the, I don't know, baker's dozen times that I've been here since fall. And if there's one thing I want to say, I'm sitting here munching on ice cream at Mr. G's after a nice lunch, is this. You know, I'm not a novice to history, although, like I've said, you know, I'm not a Gettysburg expert yet. I'm trying to work my way there. But you know, I've got a background in general, you know, 20th century history, political science, with a specialty in intelligence matters, as I've mentioned once or twice before, and that's something that I really don't talk about on this channel. But as far as the as far as general American history, especially the Civil War, of course, there's one thing I want to say about that, and about history in general, and about Gettysburg in particular, is this: these subjects are bigger than you can ever imagine unless you study them as much as I do or more. Gettysburg in particular is a subject that has very few equals as far as the amount of information, the amount of serious study that has been devoted to it, and that's for good reason. It's because it's hotly contentious, and it's also because there are so many differing views and opinions that it is so revered, and that is also such an emotional topic to so many people for so many reasons. Having said that, there has been more study on the Civil War than almost anything else you can name in history, and I'm talking about, you know, history in general. I mean, centuries and centuries of history. There have been few subjects that equal the Civil War and the amount of history that's been devoted to them, and that's for good reason. And it's all good. As a not an expert, but not an amateur historian and Civil War historian, I can say this: it totally deserves it, and it needs. Well, it doesn't need, but it's certainly deserving of more and more and more of it. You can't really have enough. Some people would argue with me. Some people would say, well, you know, you can only tell the same story so many times. And some would say, we don't need these revisionists coming in here and offering their 2 cents and trying to put a fresh spin on this or that. That's hogwash. Now, it may mean more material for a novice to muddle through. But if you're trained in history in general, if you're trained in just how to study and how to learn in general, then it's, you know, it's the more the merrier. You know, again, if you're kind of new at this, it may be a little daunting, and certain aspects of this have been daunting to me as well. But it's totally deserving of all the study that it's gotten, and you know, it's up to the student to weed through and to hopefully be a good student, and to focus on the facts, and to be able to grasp the context, and be able to fend off, you know, opinions, shoddy studies, and shoddy work and shoddy research, you know, really highly opinionated stuff and whatnot, and to get to the heart of the matter with the best intentions in mind of objectively looking at this in the proper context of history. I think that's the best way I can say it. I could try other ways, but you know, so many people approach history, and especially the subject, with the wrong angles, with you know, an angle period, you know, instead of no angles, not objectively, wanting to see what they want to see, wanting to prove or disprove what they want to prove or disprove. That's all wrong. That none of those are the way that you should approach this or anything else in history. The way that you should approach it is scientifically, of course, objectively as possible. We're all humans. We all have bias. It's human nature. But the objective of a good historian is to remove as much bias as is humanly possible. To put their emotions and hang-ups aside, and to see things as they truly were in the wider context, and to hopefully maybe even uncover some of the inner workings, the inner reasons. And you know, again, I've always told you, I'm not one for really, you know, official stories, because they always go deeper, things get whitewashed. But having said that, to come at this with the best intentions in mind, to just truly see things the way they were, and the way they really were, and to see the undercover reasons as they really were, and nothing more, nothing less. Not to add or detract, not to let their bias interfere. I've addressed some of these issues before. and I'll adjust them more. If I haven't annoyed you or ticked you off already, I probably will soon. But hey, you know, you can take things or leave them. I'm not claiming to be, once again, the utmost authority on this matter by far. But I will tell you this, I'm about as independent right down the middle, not left nor right, as they come. I'm objective. I've been trained how to study, and I haven't uncovered everything yet, and that's a good part. And the last thing I want to say is, if you just feel like you've hit a plateau, you're not doing things right, keep going, keep learning, always and forever. There will always be more to discover. There will always be more nuggets of you know, unexpected. Even after you think you've hit a plateau, there will always be more to find out, more to understand, and deeper levels, deeper layers of something that you think you kind of have a pretty good grasp on. And that's the best thing I can say, and what I kind of want to, how I want to kind of wrap up the last year, the last few months of my journeys here at Gettysburg. Hats off to everybody. Thanks for all the help. Thanks for the suggestions and the few comments that I've been given. I'd love to receive more, good, bad, or indifferent. I really don't care. But here's to studying, here's to history, and I will see you guys later.